Hello everybody. So I am trying my hand at making homemade flour tortillas, and I'm also making pulled chicken. I am a little early with it because I want to make several tortillas for my family. I have one batch ready to go, another batch back there. I got everything ready. So whenever I cook, I always make sure that everything's ready to go. I get all my ingredients out, my dishes, all of my things put into glass dishes. Of course, I have to get my coffee. Got my hair super cute to pull it back for cooking. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. So I am going to be making 2 batches of homemade flour tortillas. It makes 10. So I have even my rolling pin out. I put my 70s music on. And I'm sorry I'm a little late, but I was trying to get some other things. So what I do is I set myself goals every day, and my goal is to continue working on my cookbook because the cookbook is due the end of this month. And we've decided to add some things to it, which I talked about on my Facebook Live earlier. And I did post that Facebook Live onto our page. But you know what? Facebook's pretty dirty. You should see the picture that they posted. I'm like this. And that's the picture that when you click on my live, you're gonna see me doing this. I'm like, man, Facebook did me dirty. So I do have all my ingredients out. I just wanna show you a couple things before we get started making these homemade tortillas. Hello, everybody, how are you? Greece. So Greece is one of my bucket list vacation spots. I have Greece left and New York City. I've went to Vegas several times, and I went to Hawaii. I have like a little blob here. So I just want to show you one of my Christmas presents that I got from my husband for Christmas. So this is a cordless hand mixer. You guys have actually seen me use another cordless hand mixer, but this one, of course, is perfect for my husband because if you guys don't know my husband, he is a mason contractor, he's a farmer, he likes strong, sturdy tools, and so he got this. I know, nothing worse than having a blob on your glasses. So it's really cool. So it actually comes with a battery. You plug it into the wall and charge it, and then it's super cool. You don't, and it has like a USB, so you can plug it into the wall. So you just put the battery on like this. Hold on a second, there we go. And look. I know. And it's amazing because the one I had before wasn't even heavy duty like this, but I love the idea of adding the attachment, like the battery onto it. And so I'm super excited about that. So I'm gonna take this off and continue to let this charge just a little bit as we get our tortilla ingredients ready to go. So it's just like a little, like plug it in your iPad. How is everybody doing? Happy New Year to you. Yes, we did watch the Michigan game. Funny story. So like I said, I set myself goals. My goals yesterday was to move my bedroom around, on my cookbook, to take care of the pile. That thing is gonna irritate me. To take care of the pile in my, for moving into my Mama Bell's Cafe. I still have a couple more things to do. And to take the Christmas trees down. So I got the Christmas tree down, except the one in here, I'm gonna be making my Valentine tree. And I have the best idea for Valentine's for my kids already. Super cool. But that's sidetracked. And so my son David, he is the type of child that will only call for a reason. I see him every day. But when I get a call from him, there's like a purpose. There's always a purpose. And so I answer the phone. I'm like, hey, David. And he's like, so Mom, you know Michigan's playing tonight. And I go, oh, so does that mean that you want me to put on a big old shindig? And he's like, yes. So my little guys walk in the door. Izzy, I call Izzy and Noah my little guys. And from school, and I'm like, you guys, so David called. I didn't realize the big game was going on. Would you guys mind running in and grabbing some appetizers? And they're so nice. They're like, yeah, do you want me to get drinks? And I'm like, yeah, great. I said, but we got to do it fast because it's now 3:30. The game starts at 7:30, but we have to have dinner ready by 6:30 because it takes 30 minutes to get to town, grocery shop, and get back. And so while they went to the grocery store, I happened to have, I don't throw decorations away for birthdays. I have them all unless they completely get demolished. So I still have the decorations for the party last night. And so I grabbed out all of the same decorations I used for Robert's birthday because he is the U of M fan. grabbed them out, hung them, put the table covers on. I started with the foods I had. The kids came in, me and Izzy were like, yeah. And so we were air frying stuff and heating stuff up and putting things on. And Josh, he made us a nice fire. And so we had a fire going, we had the food going. They used Mama Bell's Cafe. And then I got to watch the game with like a little plate of food. I didn't take too much because I'm trying to get fit for a wedding this summer. And then we watched the game, and me and Robert are the ones that kind of stayed up to the latest because we wanted to see them get their award. And so yeah, I was super excited. I'm very excited. So we're all University of Michigan fans except for Izzy and David are actually state fans. And so Izzy was so funny. She walks downstairs and she's like, "Hey, I'm Washington." And she was wearing white pants and a purple shirt. And I go, "Really?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm Washington because I like the state." And I'm like, "Seriously?" And she started laughing. And then she came back downstairs with a blue shirt. She's like, "Mom, but I love state." I think I touched flour on my glasses. And so, okay. So we're going to get started on these tortillas because it is going to take a little bit. Like I said, I have everything set out. Just wait, you are going to be hot. Woo, hello, how are you, Trisha? Trisha was actually over there on my first live this morning. So I have, and I'm going to put this, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to put the directions and the ingredients all in the description once it gets loaded. I have my pans ready to go. I have my chicken ready to go with all my spices. So what we're going to do is into a bowl, you're going to combine 2.5 cups of flour. And so you guys know me with my handy dandy yellow notebook. My cupboards are hickory. And so I've written everything down with the directions. I always have my cheat sheet because I don't remember everything. And so it's going to be 2.5 cups of flour. And so we're going to be adding, yeah, that's right. So it's a teaspoon of baking powder. Now, I've never done this before, and it came across my Instagram, and I thought, you know what? We eat flour tortillas. We like to eat them for breakfast. The kids like to make wraps for lunch. And then, of course, dinner, we like to have burritos. Or they call them soft tacos, whatever. And then it's going to be 3/4 of a teaspoon. It says kosher salt, but I use Himalaya salt. I think you'll be okay. So we're just going to put that in, and then you're just going to whisk it all together. And I did get everything ready back here because I thought these have to rest, and so while they're resting, we can get a second batch going. And then I would like to get them cooked with you guys. And I'd like to get, why both are resting, I'd like to get the chicken going. So the spices I have out for my chicken is I kind of have staples. Like when I cook a lot, I use the same spices over and over, and just like to give you guys a little like taster. Not a taster, it'd be a taster. So I'm actually talking to somebody about possibly putting a line of spices out, because there are spice blends that I use specifically for chicken, specifically for Mexican foods, specifically for Italian foods, specifically when I do my chicken pot pies or I'm making a roux. There are, Josh did find his flashlight. Yeah, no, he's still looking. No, a week later, he's still looking. And so there are things that, that I use consistently. And so we're kind of in the talks of that. So I'm super excited about that. And then I have a couple of different apparels that we want to also, I'm not about like the selling stuff, but it's pretty funny, some of the things we've come up with. And so my husband's like, "Yeah, we got to do this. You know my shirt, let's get that on there." I'm like, "Okay, honey." Hello, everybody. How are you? So this is, yeah, just all-purpose flour. Nope, it's just regular flour. So you're going to whisk that together. And then we're going to add in 4 tablespoons of softened butter. So you might want to take your butter out ahead of time. Now it says to use your hand because you want to make sure that the butter is dispersed throughout the whole bowl. You don't want any chunks. You want it to be completely through there. There you go. But I'm going to actually use my mixer. I think it's going to go just as well. So you're just going to, so basically what we're doing, oh goodness. Oh, my battery's not on. I'm thinking, oh great, I've only used this once. All right, let's put my battery on here. And I'm going to go down just a little bit. And so then we're just going to mix in this flour, and you want it to be completely mixed through. You want it to kind of look sandy, like a little gritty. So we're just going to keep doing this until it's all dispersed. So we have a big snowstorm coming. The kids are talking that they probably won't have school tomorrow. We're supposed to get 10 inches, which up here, up north, that's really not a lot. But it also says there's going to be sheets of ice. So it's going to be like snow, sleet, snow, sleet, and so it's gonna have ice throughout it, which is very dangerous, you know. And so I have everything all ready, because whenever we have a snowstorm or a snow day with the kids, which I miss them. They've only been in school a week, and I'm like, please come back. So whenever we have a snowstorm, we always, me and Noah, make a big breakfast for everybody, because nobody can go anywhere, you know, and we're all together. And so, oh, so the shoes. Okay, let me finish this and I'll tell you what the shoes are. And so anyway, we always make a breakfast for our snow day. And so I've already taken out the bacon. I bought some pancake mix for Noah because he loves pancakes. I was gonna do like something more fresh, but you know, this is his thing. He's always done this even when he was little, and we're just gonna do the pancakes, and I'll make sure there's, you know, I'll probably have to get out some sausage. We'll do sausage and eggs, so we'll have lots of protein. I'll probably do some hash browns or something. All right, so let me make sure this is all mixed in. All right. I'm actually gonna turn it up a little bit. And so let me explain the shoes here in a second. I don't want my whole live to be, all right, I'm just gonna make sure these little pieces of butter are in here. So my shoes actually, so if you were to come over and see my house, you would see that I keep everything. I have every toy my kids have ever played with, and I got some really cool toys. I also have some of their baby clothes, all their furniture, like their little baby furniture. I keep my curtains, I keep shower curtains, like everything. So if I ever want to change a room around, I don't have to buy new all the time. I can just kind of go back to what I had. And so when my kids were little, my mother-in-law was the secretary of our old church. And so she made everybody these shoes. And so there are verses in the Bible that tell you where you should take your feet and where you should not take your feet. So it's basically like shoes to help guide you in your walk of life, and where to go and who to go to when you need help. And so that's what it is. Yay, I'm so glad you made it to my live. Yay, Carrie. Hello from Naples. So I see that South is getting a lot of storms and tornadoes. I did see the video online of the tornado that went through Fort Lauderdale. That was kind of crazy. Since you like horses, Dollar Tree and Walmart has horse calendars. Oh, they do. That would be a good idea for Izzy. I'll get Izzy a horse calendar. She'll love that. Yes, I agree. Nice, thank you. I really do like Dollar Tree. This next week, I'm gonna be starting my series of Dollar Tree dinners. I'm gonna go to Dollar Tree and I'm gonna grab food and try and make our whole family a recipe from Dollar Tree. So we'll see how that goes. And I think I had already told you guys that my husband wants to do, maybe I had put in the comments, my husband wants to also do a series where he goes grocery shopping in my pantry and brings up like 6 to 10 different recipe or items, food items. But he said I could grab spices and then I create a meal from what he brings up. That would really challenge my cooking skills, wouldn't it? So we're gonna be doing those two. It's been rough in Georgia. Yeah, it looks like the weather has been crazy. My kids are in school right now, yes. Thank you so much. Hello, Tennessee. So all I'm doing right now is I have added, so those of you who just recently joined, I've added 2.5 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, but I used Himalaya salt. And I whisked that together, and now I'm just making sure all the butter is throughout all the flour. So I noticed because I used my beautiful mixer with the battery. Ooh, it's like a tool. Ooh. And so now I'm just going through to make sure I get it all. I didn't want to use my hands because then I gotta go wash them and move the camera, and I kind of wanted to stay where it is, but that's okay. All right, so you just want to make sure it's all in there. And then, ooh, I forgot about my kettle. So you have to heat up water super hot. Oh, my hands are okay. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my kettle because we need super hot water. Okay. And I actually remember the kettle, and then when I started, I didn't remember the kettle. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna plug this in. Okay, sorry about that. So you heat your water up super hot, and then you're gonna get a cup of water. You're gonna add about 3/4 of it to your dough, and you're gonna mix it. Well, I'll do it with a hand mixer. And then after, so I just got it, there we go. And then I'm gonna add the other quarter, and then I'm gonna keep adding a little bit of water at a time after the 3/4 cup until it gets like nice and like a nice dough. Oh yeah, all right. So I moved all of my baking things right underneath me because this is where I cook all the time. And I thought, well, that kind of makes sense, right? To like put my baking utensils by where I'm always at. I don't want to use this hand because I have to use it again. So I am making homemade flour tortillas, and I'm going to try and make extra because I want to have them for lunches and dinners. So it makes 10. And so I'm probably going to have to make more, but I don't know how many I'm going to be able to make while on live. And then while these are resting, we're going to put together my chicken. I'm going to make a pulled chicken. And I also grabbed ground beef. So I'll give my kids an option. They can do ground beef for the pulled chicken in the flour tortillas. Do you have one of those presses? Or I'm gonna roll them. I'll show you. See this beautiful roller? It's one solid piece. My husband made this for me for Mother's Day years ago. It's curly maple. It's actually wood from our property. So when we built our house, we cut down the trees. We had the wood milled at a lumber, you know, we used it in our house. So we cut down the trees. He made a curly maple roller for me for Christmas. And then we actually used the cherry. You can see right here. We used the cherry for all the trim throughout the house. We also used the rough cut for the inside. And I remember when we were building this house, it was in 2004, so Gideon had just been born. And we would take turns. So he would, because we built it throughout the winter, and it gets pretty cold up here, no heat in this house because we were building it. And so my husband would work during the day, and then after dinner I would clean things up, and he would have the boys, because we just had our 3 boys then. I would come over into the basement, turn music on, and I would sand, because you have to sand them, then varnish them. Sand it, then varnish it. And you have to do this like 3 or 4 times, sand the trim, then varnish it. And we did a clear varnish. So I did every piece of trim in this house all by myself, and we have, you know, 2 floors plus a basement. I did all the baseboards all by myself. Our doors are solid wood. I did all the doors. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. I did 13. I did all the doors, all the closet doors, because they were all like rough lumber. They weren't varnished and, you know, sealed and all that. So I did all that. All of the trim inside the windows. I even had to sand the windows themselves and varnish them. So that was my yeah, but we wanted to use it, right? We had all this wood, we cut it, and we wanted to actually use it for the house. And so we have a mill that's not too far from us that I was able to, we were able to get our wood. Okay, so now that this is, I'm gonna stop it. All right, so we're gonna add, might be a little too hot, but hopefully. All right. I love my kettle. I use it for tea all the time, oatmeal. Noah uses it for his hot cocoa bar, which he loves. All right, so we're just gonna add about 3/4 to this. All right, and now I'm going to mix it again. And be careful, you don't want dough flying everywhere. It really does, you know, using our own wood from our property, it really does make the house more special and like personable. And you know, I tend to forget like all the work it took to build this house, because we saved so much money to put the foundation in, because we you know, we didn't have a lot. And so I would save like every extra penny that my husband made, and I would put it into a savings account in another account because I wanted to save it. And we were able to pay for our foundation. But him and his 2 friends, the 3 of them, built this whole house together, just the 3 of them. And then once everything, the trim, as I'm staining the trim and the drywall got done, then I would come in and I painted the whole house. So I'm just gonna add a little bit at a time, because you wanna do it. It says you'll probably end up using the whole cup, but just add a little bit at a time, and you'll see it's gonna start, you know, producing. Can you guys see that? It's gonna start producing the dough that you need. You can use your hands, but I mean, it is hot water and you really don't want to burn your hands. All right. Yay! Thank you so much. I would love some recipes from you. I would love some tips on cooking. My daughter, Isabella, so she is, her birth family is Puerto Rican. And so I wonder if that's why she's drawn to more Hispanic type foods. And she is sassy and woo, she is woo, fire. She's so beautiful though. Oh my goodness, she's absolutely beautiful. All right. All right, that looks great. All right. You know, how come your nose always itches when you have flour and stuff all over your hands? Okay, I'm gonna do the last of it here. And it looks great. Well, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I am so happy that she said I'm doing it right. All right, so it looks really good. Izzy's gonna love this. She has no idea I'm making these. I just saw it this morning and I thought, I'm gonna try that. All right. I love this mixer. I just feel like I'm working, you know, work it. Hello, everybody. Oh, that feels great. So it says for me to knead it in the bowl. Okay. That looks great. Pick up the extra pieces. Ooh, it's so nice and warm. Okay. Then I got extra flour. I gotta get out my beautiful roller here. I love my roller so much. I love the cordless one. And so I'm just gonna knead it. Sorry, I'm just trying to make myself organized here. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of flour down. Can you guys see that? I don't want my mixer to be in the way. Happy New Year. Well, I buy flour tortillas too, but I just wanted to, I don't know, I just wanted to like, I don't know, encourage myself to do a little different. All right, okay. So now it says to roll it out long. I'm learning. I guess I don't need this yet. There we go. Okay. So you know what's so funny is, you know how I really feel like we're being like watched and listened to? So I was talking to my son Gideon and he's like, so what are you doing, Mom? And I said, it says roll the log out and cut it in half. It says roll it into a log. Okay. And so I said, I'm gonna make like homemade tortillas. And so then my daughter's wedding is this summer. I'm not gonna tell you the date because I'm gonna let her tell people that. But so anyway, I said, I'm gonna make homemade flour tortillas. And he's like, wow. So then I got my little Google out and I said, hey, Google, play 70s music. And guess what came up? Spanish jazz. I think that's what it said, Hispanic jazz. Isn't that crazy? I was like, ooh, they can hear ya. All right. Am I doing this right? It says roll it into a log. Okay. It doesn't say how big of a log. How big of a log? I don't know. That 70s music, isn't that funny? They do good. Yes, they do. Okay. It says to roll it into... Maybe I got too much flour down. Looking good? Oh, nice. How long do I make it? Do I keep going? I'm like asking you guys for help. Hey, join me on making homemade tortillas. By the way, I need help. Hello. So do I keep going longer? How long does it go? My favorite, absolute favorite recipe is... oh gosh, I'm gonna say making chicken pot pie. That looks right? Okay, cool. Because it says to cut it in half. Okay. All right, so it says to cut it in half. And then to cut it into 5 different, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder how big of ones I'm making. All right, so you're cutting it into 5 sections. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that, you guys, because I really don't feel like my videos get out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like I might have, so I gotta roll them into balls. And I have another batch ready to go. These seem kind of big. Do they seem kind of big? So our cookbook is going to be available online this spring. And then, does Josh loves Home Alone? Yes. They do seem large. Should I make them smaller? I can do that. I'll make them smaller. Maybe I didn't make the log long enough. So let's just do it a little smaller. Now you guys are thinking, she messed up. I'm so sorry. Oh, they seem small, but then they turn out big. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll half them, yeah. Okay. It's kind of a weird consistency, actually. Make them smaller? Okay, cool. This one actually seems okay. So pasties is made with lard, and it's kind of the same concept of like making a like a pie shell, but you use lard. And you roll it out. Thank you. Hello, Sarah, how are you? That's okay, I'm not in a hurry. I got time today. I will tell Josh hello. This is kind of cool, it's nice and warm. So it says to put them in saran wrap and let them rest. I don't have saran wrap because I used it for our saran wrap game over the January 1st, and I'm not ready to go shopping yet. So, we're supposed to get 10 inches, and so the cookbook will be online in March or April. It's gonna be on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, another one that I'm not really sure what, I'm not really sure who it is. I've never heard it before, but I'll definitely let you guys know. Okay, these don't look too bad, hey? All right. So yeah, we're supposed to get the snow, but the reason they said it's gonna be really, really dangerous is because it's gonna have ice with it. So some of these seem a little small to me, but we homeschooled until the kids were in high school. Oops. I think I made a couple of these too small, so I don't wanna mess with them because I know they're supposed to rest. Let me see. There we go. So I got more than 10, that's good. Happy New Year to you, okay. Oh, okay. So it says to let them rest. And so I'm actually gonna stick them in a Tupperware because you cover them in plastic wrap. And so I'm gonna stick them in a Tupperware to let them rest. But normally you would wrap them in saran wrap. Probably to keep them moist. They will grow a little, okay, cool. Thank you so much, Charles. Okay. All right. Now we are gonna make another batch. For those of you who are coming late, you get to see me make another batch of tortillas. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're gonna start all over again. I'm gonna get this other batch resting, and then we're gonna do the pulled chicken, and then we'll come back and get these done. I have the oil ready to go for the tortillas. My daughter's gonna be so excited. So it is 2.5 cups of flour, and it's a teaspoon of baking powder. Put them somewhere warm in the oven, but don't turn it on. Okay. Thank you very much. You guys are the pros. 3/4 cup of kosher salt, but I'm gonna use Himalaya salt. We're gonna whisk that together. And I'm pretty sure my water's still hot in my kettle, so I don't have to heat that up again. Well, Beth says, is there anything I can't do? Well, we'll see when these tortillas get done. We'll see if I can't do tortillas. It's pretty cool. My sister-in-law taught me how to make egg noodles. So easy. Hey, how about next week we make egg noodles together? It is so easy, you guys, you wouldn't believe it. You just, well, if I tell you, you won't come back. So next week, let's make some egg noodles and some homemade spaghetti sauce. That sounds great. Homemade meat sauce. Okay, so I whisk that together. And then I have my softened butter. It's 4 tablespoons if I didn't tell you guys last time. Okay, so next week we're gonna make homemade egg noodles with spaghetti meat sauce. I'm super excited. All right, and then I'm gonna use my beautiful industrial, Yeah, so when I went to see my brother, my sister-in-law is so crafty. Like, she makes scones and she just makes so much. And she was like, her and her daughters were young, and she's like, I'm gonna make some noodles. I'm like, what do you mean? And she started putting down egg noodles, her and her daughters, laying them out all over the kitchen. And I'm like, what? She goes, you don't know how to make egg noodles? I'm like, I absolutely do not. So she showed me how to do it, and it's so easy, and they're so amazing. Wonder if you could dry them. I'm not really sure, I guess. All right, let me get this butter in there. Okay, now I'm just gonna press in the butter. They also make good elephant ears. That's a great idea. So if elephant ears are poofy, right? So they kind of fluff up. So how do you keep the tortillas from fluffing up? Or do you just put cinnamon and sugar on them and they're flat and you just eat them like a tortilla chip? Aw, so one of my really good friends just had carpal tunnel, but she didn't tell me. And I'm like, you could have told me, I could help you. Press with a spatula. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you guys are on here, because I didn't get any of these tips when I was looking up the recipe. You guys are amazing. You can, okay, well, I know how to make egg noodles, and it's super cool. And I know how to make a really good spaghetti meat sauce from scratch, because I can my own tomatoes, I made my own sun-dried tomatoes. I make a tomato sauce, but it's not like thick like I want it to. So I like to add like tomato sauce and things like that to make it a little thicker. And then put the cinnamon sugar on. Nice. Brush honey is great too. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. You guys should have your own cooking channel. I didn't know half of that. So that way I figured my kids will probably eat them all tonight. They'll probably just rip them apart and eat them, I'm thinking. Oh, egg noodles are so easy, you guys. So easy. Oh no, Rebecca, I will be praying for your grandma. How is she doing? Thank you so much. Charles is my motivator today. Thank you. Hello, Leanne. How are you? How long does canning last? Well, I mean, I hate to say it. The dough's resting right now. I got 1 batch in. This is my 2nd batch. A couple years. I mean, I've had stuff last a couple years because you pressure it. But I tell you what, I was just watching a video the other day of somebody that was making, they were making something cold, and they have a little contraption that you put directly onto the canner, and it seals the canner, it pressurizes it. So like maybe you're gonna put like a dry cereal or dry beans just to store them longer, and they make a pressure canner. Amazing. Hello, hello. Oh, thank you so much. Rome, Italy. So I have a friend. She's my friend. She's also my agent for my cookbook. And she has taken a group of people to Sicily. And in May, I'm thinking about talking to my husband and see if I can go to Sicily for the week with her. I would love to go. You know what's so funny? Because I actually want to... It's so funny you said that, Trisha. Because I was thinking the other day, what can I do online for like little kids? And I thought about reading books. Like having a story time with Mom Belle and sitting in a chair and reading books. But I don't know if people would watch it. Like, I don't know if they'd bring their kids to watch it or if it would be something that people would be interested in. So I had already thought about that last week. We must be vibing. You think so? You would too? Maybe I could have kids like message, like have their parents message and like suggest like different books to read or something. Okay, so my water is still hot. I love my kettle so much. So it's a cup of water. I think I'm gonna roll this one out a little thinner, and then you're gonna put 3/4 in. Okay, there we go. And then mix it together. Well, you know, I was actually doing, like I did a couple episodes of cooking with Mom Belle, and then just life got so crazy and I couldn't be faithful to it, and I feel bad because it was so fun. Like I could be goofy and make stuff with kids. Maybe I could do like a story hour and snack or something where we make a simple snack like ants on a log, right? Putting peanut butter and raisins in celery and then me reading while we eat a snack together. That's the cutest idea ever. Oh my goodness. And you know, I have the sweaters already. And look I have the glasses that fall down already. Oh, I see what they say. It says it's supposed to look like, what did she say? There was a word she said. It's supposed to look like some shaggy something, and now I get it. Okay. Okay. Almost like chicken, like shredded chicken, kinda. So I must be doing it right. All right. So the butter, I think, is the key. Making sure that the butter is completely spread through the dough is the key. Yeah, I was thinking about the things I would like to accomplish this year. And Josh, she's working. And I would really like to, yeah, it looks like shredded chicken. I would really like to try my hand at things that I wouldn't normally make. Try different things, try to expand and be more confident in not being always comfortable in the kitchen with recipes that I know, trying out recipes that might be a little more challenging for me, but I could do it, you know? Ooh, now this dough feels better. Maybe my water was too hot in the last one. Ooh, this feels nice. So when you let your dough rest, resting means it's expanding a little bit, I'm assuming. I love it. I'm telling you, it has completely changed my life. My cordless mixer has changed my life. I can't imagine going back to a corded mixer. I can't. White gravy recipe with biscuits, please. Ooh, I have a wonderful biscuits and gravy recipe. Maybe we could do like a breakfast. We can do like a breakfast get together. So I have a couple of different recipes for biscuits. The one recipe I have is it's a traditional biscuit, and you like have the frozen butter, and you like cut them with cups. But then I made another biscuit. It was so easy. I think I might have posted it a while ago, and it was a buttermilk biscuit, and it was so smooth and yummy. It was more of like a drop biscuit, not so much like a put together biscuit. Oh, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna make this one longer, I think. This dough feels way better than the last one. Oh, all your kids are, school's already closed. I seen that there was ooh, that's a great idea. I actually do something special for my kids on Valentine's Day, and I do have an idea for breakfast. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. We will be careful. I don't know how many people are getting this storm, but it looks like it already went through the east. Well, sometimes biscuits take a lot of work, I think. And so this second one that I found, it was a lot easier to do, not so many steps. Actually, it's not dry. It's very soft. It's very soft. You think I should add more water to it? This one feels more pliable than the last one. Maybe my water was a little too hot. All right. All right, so cut it in half. And now I'm gonna cut them into sections. My last ones were a little too big, so I'm gonna cut them a little thinner this time. And you know what? If they're a little smaller, it's okay. If their shells are a little smaller than they should be. Because some we can make like a soft taco, and some can be like an actual burrito. All right. My son Gideon's just lifting weights. And now he's done. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna roll them. Oh, I got so many plans for the summer. A wedding, a graduation, going to Vegas. Taco Tuesday, baby. Yes. You would love to hear how I met my husband. Aww. Well, I tell you what, when you guys order my cookbook, I have so many. Oh, I actually made peanut butter cookies. I'm going to be sharing that recipe soon. I'm just way behind. But, what was I saying? Oh, so we have a wedding and a graduation. We're going to Vegas. We're going to go to spring break and see Gideon. What else are we doing? I'm going to see if I can talk my husband into let me go to Italy with my friend Danielle. She's putting on a cooking seminar with another lady there. Yeah, so my cookbook will be on Amazon, I think March or April. We're still trying to get the rest of it going. I have a recipe on sugar cookies. I actually have 2 recipes. I'm going to be making sugar cookies for Valentine's Day. And I didn't, this one's too small. I didn't like the recipe. It was a recipe that I had tried that I never had used before. Now they turned out, it was a lot easier. Let me see this one. It was a lot easier making the cookies, but I like my traditional one. That one looks really big. All right. All right, I need to get another, Izzy's graduating. Okay. So now we're gonna let these rest. What are you looking for, son?
My self-stir mug.
Oh, good luck there. Oh wait, no, I just seen it in that cabinet. All right, I'm gonna let these rest and we are gonna start. So my sugar cookie I normally use is very soft, yes. I have yet to try your mother's cookie recipe. Oh my goodness, you're missing out. Yeah, right there with the cups, right here. It was right there. I washed it last night. Oh, I don't know, son. All right. Now we are gonna start the chipper chicken. No, it's not chipper chicken. It's actually, the chipper chicken is from Bride's, what's it called? The First Bride. Oh, there's the show with Carrie Williams and the Pink Panther guy, Steve Martin, The First Bride, Father of the Bride, Father of the Bride. The chipper chicken. No, this is Gideon. All right, we're gonna start the chicken. And we are gonna put butter in the pan. Let me turn my burner on. I'm sorry my stove is dirty. It's been this isn't my goal yet. My goal is not to clean the kitchen yet. Okay, and then I like to add garlic to everything. Thank you so much. Yeah, I like to add garlic to everything. So I'm actually gonna add a couple. And I like to, so I use, my stove is so big, but when I need like a little thing, I use my cutting boards right here. And I put all my spices on it. It just makes it easier to grab everything. And so what I have out is, I really like these, I don't know how to say it, if it's Badia or Badia. I really like these spices, and so this is the rest of my fajita one. So I'm gonna have my tongs. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna have this butter melt, and I am gonna add a little bit of olive oil too. No, that is Gideon. Noah and Izzy are in school. They're probably getting out here like any time. They said, hello, Gideon.
Hello.
He said hello. He's kind of my like chill, kind of standoffish, relaxing kid. All right. So I have chicken breast, and so the spices that we're gonna use is this fajita mix, and I will put all this, thank you. I will put all this, he has to be in a certain mood to wanna be on. He's not really my one that really likes being on like the camera and on, so you probably don't see him often just because he's, if he's in a goofy mood and a funny mood, then he likes being on, but if he's in like a all business. My husband though, he's like, video this. I'm like, honey, I can't video everything. I need a life too. Hey, you gonna follow me around and video this? Come video the farm. Hey, let's do this. You can video me. And I'm like, oh my goodness, husband. I'm kind of like now wishing he hadn't jumped on board with the whole social media. He's so funny. Okay, and this is onion powder. Turn down my heat a little bit. Okay. And then I also have a ground white pepper. I like to use white pepper a lot when I'm doing like, my pants are too big. When I'm doing like my chicken recipes, I like to use white pepper. But if I'm doing like a roux or something with meat, I like to use black pepper. So I'm actually gonna do a tablespoon of that too. And I think I'm gonna cut a couple onions up and add it like once the chicken is almost done. I think I'll slice some onions and add that to it. So then it'll be more like a kind of fajita, but yet a pulled chicken. There we go. So 2 tablespoons of minced onion. And then I do have a little bit of garlic powder. So this is the thing though, like I'd have to pre-record the video because somebody asked, oh, do a live at the barn. We have no service over there because everybody keeps asking to see like the chicken barn, and I would love, you know what I'd love to do? And this is paprika. I like to use paprika because it's so smoky. I like the smoky of it. And I actually have a Hungarian paprika that I had bought when I went down to Shipshewana, but it was really expensive, so I only use my Hungarian paprika for certain reasons. Like it has to be like a really special occasion because I can't just be putting out $10 an ounce or a pound or whatever it was for paprika just for like regular ordinary recipes. So now I got my chicken breast we're gonna throw in here. And then I do have a pan set aside for my tortillas. So I like to add butter and oil to mine just because I feel like sometimes if your pan gets too hot, I feel like the butter like burns off faster, and so I want a little bit more fat to kind of stick around for the chicken. All right. And I've been trying to do like more less filling foods, like not as with all the cream and stuff. I've been trying to just change things up a little bit because we are trying to get healthy. And I'm telling you, it's going to be hard because I like to do my casseroles. I like the fulfilling stuff, you know, that comfort food. And so I know it's gonna be a whole like mental thinking differently. But it's so funny because as I go through my cookbook, I have to share like memories of like when I cooked when my kids were little and how our meals have changed. Did I turn it off? There we go. How my meals have changed over the years, and so many memories have been popping up. And so when I started to cook for my kids, I'm like gonna give you guys the whole cookbook. You're gonna know everything before you even get the cookbook. So when my kids were little, I didn't do a lot of casseroles. I did more of, I'm trying to coat all my chicken in this stuff. My kids were little, I would do more like chicken with like 2 or 3 vegetables and like a potato or like a veggie or fruit or something because I wanted my kids to have an option. And now that my kids are bigger, I'm also going to use a little bit of this ranch dry mix on top of the chicken. I love this ranch dry mix. I love Shipshewana so much. We will be going there. Oh, we usually go there in the fall, and then we go to Springfield, Illinois. That's in April for the horse sale, and my husband's probably going to buy another horse. All right, let me clear my area here. So now all I got to do is just take this this whole thing off, and it's not in the way. So I have that going, and I really do like to have a clean area when I'm cooking, and that's a big thing I think when you're cooking is clean up your stuff, get it out of your way. All right, so while this is cooking, I'm gonna grab out our first set. I'm actually gonna change burners here. Let's do this. All right. We're gonna change burners, and I'm gonna get our first set. Hello, everybody. I'm making my first attempt at homemade tortillas. And so far, my coaches have said that I'm doing a really good job. So there. Okay. Here is my first batch. Hopefully they look good. Have I ever had a horseshoe sandwich? No. So how long do I let them rest? Because it doesn't tell me. Aw, thank you so much. Oh yeah, yeah. 30 minutes. It hasn't been 30 minutes, has it? So, like I said, you have to let them rest for 30 minutes. And we're gonna go back to the chicken. The chipper chicken. I'm so glad you're here. It's okay. The Carpio family, you guys keep an eye on that for me, hey? Well, so I'm gonna cook the chicken, and then I'm going to shred it with a hand mixer in a bowl. There we go. And I might add a little bit more oil to it. I do want to add some onions to it, but I want the chicken to cook a little more before I do that. Or I might just cut it. I don't know. I'd like to do the pulled chicken instead. Maybe I can remove the chicken from the juices once it's cooked and then add the onions to that. That might be a really good idea. I'm going to add a little bit more oil here. This is olive oil. And while we're waiting, I'm going to grab a couple onions from the refrigerator. It looks like we might have to take a trip to the basement because I only have one onion. But we'll get these onions going and ready to go, so when the chicken's done and I remove it and I shred it with my mixer, the onions can go into there. Okay. I will have a bowl ready for that. This is now the chicken bowl. Okay, there we go. Grab a knife here. And so I've been seeing, so I really do, hello everybody. So I really do pay attention to stuff when I am like watching other people's cooking videos. I really pay attention to what they're doing. And I noticed that a lot of people, when they make their onions and they caramelize them, but they cut them really thin. They don't chop them small. They like them long and thin. So I'm catching on. So now I have now taken that concept of the long and thin. So I'm learning. I'm not afraid to say that I could still learn more. I definitely don't know it all. I have a lot to go, but a lot of way to go. I have a long way to go, but I'm very teachable. Very, very teachable because I want to do things right and I want to know. All right, so we'll cut this onion up while the chicken's going, and then we will take a trip downstairs and need another bowl for this. This is now our onion bowl. I try to be organized. Like I had everything sitting out so I didn't have to go looking for anything. So now I'm just gonna cut these onions. Yeah. Oh, I figured it out. So you cut with the grain, not against the grain. I just learned something. I wondered how they made them all beautiful like that. You just cut them thin. See what you learn when you pay attention and you remain silent and you listen? You can learn a lot from other people. Okay. Maybe my stove will get a little warm because I have the cooktop going, and that'll help my resting tortillas. I'm a little nervous now because I have so many professionals that know how to make them. I'm definitely not talking to beginners for sure. Wow, that's amazing. I'm so excited. Okay. All right, while that chicken's going, let's go take a trip downstairs. I just want to apologize ahead of time if you see anything that's dirty. Try not to use my hands. Okay. This actually is where my food pantry's down here. My freezer are down here, and our weight room is down here. This is where it's at. And our sauna's down here. All right, let me lift you guys up. This is my backup fridge where I put everything that does not fit into the upstairs fridge is down here. And I need to fill this puppy up with some fruits and veggies. Okay. Okay, look at that beauty. All right, there we go. All right, let's head, oh gosh, let's head upstairs. I painted these walls myself. What I did was I know I've told you guys this before, is I took all of our old paints and I just started taping walls and painting because I wanted it to be super cool for my kids. Whew. All right. Thanks for going on a trip with me. Let's turn this burner down here. My chicken's going a little crazy. And so it's kind of pulling, oh, sorry. And there's my back. It's kind of pulling apart a little bit. I had to turn my burner down. It's up a little high. I'll show you guys here. I'm gonna add a little bit more, a little bit of scorched areas here. There we go. All right, now we're gonna cut this next one. Aw, thank you. So anytime that you do give us stars, if it's for a video that my kids are in, I give it to them, or it goes to our local foster care agency. I just build it up and then I take it to them. Thank you so much. I seriously appreciate that. Ooh, this is a beautiful onion. Beautiful. I'm actually looking forward to the snowstorm. I'm looking forward to it snowing so much that our family can't go anywhere or do anything. And we have to be together, get a fire going, watch a nice show, and then tomorrow get up and just, after we get eggs done, just hang out as a family. Because, you know, our life is going to get pretty hectic. We have a big wedding this year and then a graduation. And I have been really praying about it because I just love it when my family is like during the COVID and we all had to stay home. We loved it. We absolutely loved it. All right. Woo! Woo! These are. So I just realized if you want them long and skinny, you go with the grain, not against. I'm 52 years old and just realized that. This is a whole new world for me. Hopefully, am I the only one that knew that or didn't know that? Did you guys know that? Look at this. Look at these beautiful onions. Woo! I have glasses on and it's still a lot. Okay, how long has it been? Somebody needs to tell me. Can I take the first one out and start making those? And I'm assuming after I do them, do I put them on like a towel probably to get the extra oil out or? Wow, this is so cool. It's been like 20 minutes. Okay. Thank you so much. All right, so I have our onions done. I can get my little, where's my dish here? This is like our dish, like, you know how Rachel Ray has her like bowl. Do you know, it's so funny. Like, I'm not ditching Rachel Ray, so please don't say, go tag Rachel Ray. But do you know that you can go to the store and buy a garbage bowl? And it's like $40 to buy a bowl to put garbage in. Well, this bowl came with a set and it was a gift, so I bought nothing. It cost me nothing for garbage. Okay, there we go. $40. $40 for a garbage bowl. $40. Yeah, I said it, $40. Oh, so you knew Nikki? Thanks a lot. Thought we were friends. So everybody knew to go long ways with your onions but me. That's great. And I'm the one putting out a cookbook. I will make sure to add that tip into my cookbook in the back. So I'm just going to cut them in half. They're almost done. The insides are just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I turned down the heat because I had it a little crazy. The back part was getting a little sticky there. Oh, that one's almost done. And don't overcook your chicken. Nothing like chicken, you know. There we go. Oh, that's great. Okay. And so if I was making like a regular meal right now, so this chicken is the actual meal. And so I'm going to cook it till it's done. But let's say I'm making chicken pot pie. I would cook it till it was almost done. And then I would start adding my veggies and my roux because I cook it and then I put it into a crust and cook it again. So like my meats, when I do like a lot of different meats, like burger, I'll cook it till it's almost done because I know I'm adding stuff to it and it's gonna continue cooking. So you don't wanna like, let's say you're making a dish where you have to put different ingredients a little bit at a time. You're not gonna wanna cook it till it's 100% done because then when you're done with your recipe, it will be then overdone. So how do you get your kids to eat more things? So when my kids were younger, she wants to know how she gets her kids to eat because they're picky. So when my kids were younger, if I made something and my kids absolutely hated it, I wouldn't keep making it because I don't like want to set my kids up for failure and I don't want to fight with them over dinner. And so I would just kind of pay attention to what my kids liked and actually talk about this in my cookbook. And then I would slowly introduce like new things slowly and little bits at a time, like have them try this, have them try this. And then as they got older and more mature, right, when they start to mature, that's when they start to kind of expand their food, their big food library. And so then I would just make sure to do, like maybe I knew my kids like spaghetti and meatballs and that's all they'd eat. So then I'd make like a spaghetti and meatball casserole, or I'd make spaghetti and meatball subs, or I'd make spaghetti and meatball sliders. I never really did sliders till just recently, but so I would take that recipe and I would like maybe make a spaghetti and meatball pie. So I would just make different things and maybe I might add a little garlic to the next one or maybe some onions to the next one. So I would slowly add in different spices and stuff. And I really didn't do a lot of spices because, you know, my kids were little and I don't want to like be adding like a pile of garlic and things that their palate just can't handle. And so then I would just, you know, add a little bit at a time. I would just take what they liked and create different things with it. And then if they absolutely hate it, because there's a couple I make and people are like, my kids are like, this is horrible. Well, I've never made it again because why make it if they're not going to eat it? So as a mom to older kids, don't fight with them over dinner. Just cook what they like and just maybe add some stuff to it. Or like when my kids were little, I would make like, let's say I made burgers and me and my husband wanted something different. So I would just maybe do like add broth to it or something. And so I would maybe bring another protein in, or maybe I'd make our chicken different than their chicken. So I wasn't making a million meals. I was just making different variations of one meal. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. Well, you know, too, is a lot of kids that came into my home had food sensitivities to texture or to taste or to spices or to sliminess. And so I had to change up my cooking as different kids came into my home and our kids, because maybe they were, maybe some of the kids we came into our home through foster care, maybe they didn't get a lot of food, or maybe the food was bland, or maybe the food was super spicy, or, you know, maybe they had an intolerance to something, or maybe they didn't get fed as much as they should have. And so that will also change like the way you taste and see and, you know, eat different things. And maybe you have a child come into your home that's from a completely different background and they make completely different food. So I just didn't want to fight my kids at dinner. And so I would make a compromise. And then as my kids got older, yeah, and so I actually have a couple kids that came into my home that had very, very severe food sensitivities. A lot of the foods I had to make were very bland. I couldn't make anything slimy or anything super dry. One of my kids liked cold stuff, so I would make a lot of fresh veggies, or I'd make a platter of fresh veggies they could dip stuff in. They couldn't eat the cooked stuff. And so you do kind of have to adjust, you know. Please send you leftovers. Oh, okay. I don't know if there's going to be any leftovers. Okay, so it looks like our chicken might be done here. And I'm going to put it into my free chicken bowl because this bowl came with like 6 other bowls. And then I'm going to pop in my onions. And so we're going to mix this and shred this. So it's going good. It's already an hour and I still haven't got to my tortillas, but I want to make some of the tortillas with you guys. All right, so I think I'm going to turn that heat down a little bit because it is a little crispy. There we go. All right. Add a little bit more of this. Olive oil is good for you. Okay. So I turn it on low because I don't want my onions to scorch. One side's kind of burnt, but hopefully it won't ruin them all. All right, there we go. So now they can have that spices that the chicken did. Okay, this is my onion bowl. All right. So now we're gonna shred the chicken and then we are gonna start the tortillas. My nose is always itchy when I can't use my hands. Probably gonna have a pile of chicken all over me. Let's do this. It's kind of splattering on me here. It's so funny because I used to cut my chicken up into strips and then Izzy's like, and I go, what? She goes, Mom. And I'm like, what? She grabbed the mixer out, took the chicken from me, and the rest is history. My girls are geniuses. Her and Haley, they've taught me so much. Because they're the same. They watch and learn and then duplicate. All right, well, this looks good. So I do have some burger that I'm going to have just regular ground beef too. But I don't know, I think I should have done more chicken. I think they're all gonna love this. Plus it's good for you. Because olive oil is good for you. All right. It's like hitting my hand, it's like, ow! I'm trying not to put on super high because it's kind of hot. Flying piece of chicken. All right. All right, almost done here. Then I'm gonna get that out and we're gonna make some tortillas. Izzy's gonna be so excited, oh my goodness. She loves it. I stole her spotlight today. All right, that looks great. Okay, I'm all chicken. Let's put that over here. Okay, I'm gonna get those out. I'm gonna take out the first one that we did first, and let me just make sure my onions are doing good. Ooh. There it is again. Hello, backside. Oh, crap. Ooh, yummy. Okay. You guys are like, let me see. I'm sorry. There you go. Looks great. I'm going to keep them from away from the top because the top is kind of scorching a little bit. There we go. Okay. Okay, here's the test to see if I actually did it right. Ooh, that one looks beautiful. Okay. Little flyaway chicken here. Okay. Where's my handy dandy? So should I roll them all out? What mixer do you use? It is a KitchenAid. It's the one with the battery. Get the one with the battery, way better than the one that you have to charge with the plug. Okay. So do you roll them out so it doesn't stick to the rolling pin? I'm so excited. Looks like I'm making biscuits. Do I make them super thin? Flour the pan, yeah. Oh, I mean, it'll work. It could be considered a soft taco. Do they look good? How thin do I make them? Yep, thin, okay. Yes? That looks beautiful, hey? It's not very big, but Perfect? Charles, you're my new best friend. Sorry, Sandy. You should be able to see your counter. Oh, I see that. Okay. Let me go a little thinner then. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. Okay. Yes. It's beautiful. Okay. So I'm gonna roll, should I roll them all right now and then, or just start cooking them? Thank you. Thank you. Make sure the sides aren't thick. All right, perfect. Keep an eye on those onions. This is so fun, oh my goodness. Thank you, my sweet Sarah. Okay. Oh, I see. They're not completely circle, but you can, but cover the dish towel so they don't dry out. Oh, well then maybe I'll just do one at a time. Oh, I see how you can see the counter. So this one is thinner, but this one is not. All right, well let's get making them. I'm ready to try this. Let's do it. Because I have a lot to make. I don't know if I'm gonna be online the whole time, but at least we can get a couple made, hey? Let's get our onions. Those look amazing. They're so beautiful, I can't take it. I have a whole new way now to cook onions. This is super cool. All right, perfect. Okay, can you guys see? Here we go. How much oil? Where I need help. Okay. So I'm assuming I'm gonna let the hand. Oh no! For tortillas, no oil. Okay. How about this? Okay. Done. Guess I should have asked first, hey? Okay, cool. These onions are amazing. I'm actually gonna turn them off. They are so beautiful, I can't even take it. All right, here we go. Are we ready? So what do I do now? Do I flip it with this? Flip it with this? I will, thank you so much. I bet you as I start cooking these, I'm probably gonna get the hang of it, right? Those onions are amazing. Wait for it to cook a bit and then flip. It will get puffy, okay. I see. Do you kind of hit out the puff? People are coming here for advice on how to cook this, and you guys have basically told me how to do it. Not too puffy. And then what, smash it down and flip it? We don't hit the puff. Okay, don't hit the puff. Oh, your mom would use a cast iron pan? I have a cast iron pan. use your cast iron pan. So how do you know the other side's done? Look at that puff. So that means I did it right? So for those of you joining us, I am trying to tell you how to make a tortilla, but my friends have told me how to make a tortilla. Wow. Okay. So why one's correct, I can start rolling one, right? Yes. Okay. My goodness. So I need to get some tin foil, or not tin foil, I need to get some saran wrap. Oh my goodness. This is amazing, you guys. I can't take it. So you gotta be fast too, don't ya? Yep. So those balls, maybe they weren't too big. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is the coolest thing ever. I can't take it. Thank you so much for your help, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm assuming if it smokes, you want to turn down the heat, right? I'm trying to get us both in the picture here. I don't know, it might cook faster than me, then I can go. Amazing. I can't believe I did this. And it was so easy. I got the best followers ever. So if it smokes, yes, a little butter and sugar. Oh, nice. It's a lot of work though. I think before I go, I'll put one together for you guys. Like I'll put some chicken and some and onions on it, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to roll out all 20 of these with you guys. You definitely have to be Johnny on the spot with them for sure. And they do expand, so even though they look small, look at that. I beat that one. Okay, one more, and then we're going to put one together. I bet you this would be, I can see where you're talking about that they dry out. So that's probably why you put the saran wrap around them, so as you use them, they stay nice and moist. It makes sense. Okay. So I probably should have the lid on my Tupperware while I'm waiting to put more on, because I can see what you're talking about. And I see what you're talking about with making sure the ends aren't poofy too. I get it now. Get it. All right, I'm gonna put the lid on this so they stay nice and moist. All right. All right, one more. And then we're gonna put one together. This has been so fun. So next week, let's see, today is Tuesday. I don't know, I'll let you guys know. I'll throw it in the community if I'm going to make the egg noodles later this week. I don't really think we have a lot going on, but if not, then I think maybe next Tuesday we can do the egg noodles with the spaghetti and meatball, or spaghetti, I mean, I could do meatballs. Spaghetti and meatballs with the homemade, would be like an egg noodle, but I think it'd be okay. I mean, we could also do like how about a stroganoff? Let's make a beef stroganoff to go with the egg noodles, to make them perfectly round when you're, yeah, I kind of messed that up a little bit. My rolling skills aren't too good. A couple of them, look at this beautiful one. It's beautiful. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna wake one together. We're gonna wake one together. Ready? Oh, wait. Oh, there's the phone. Hey, look at this. Sorry about that. That's our work phone. My husband. Way to end it live, hey? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to put some of the chicken on and just ignore that phone. And then some onions. There we go. And you know, it's so funny because I didn't used to like hot sauce, and now I really like spicy stuff. Let's go! Okay. My daughter's not here with the cilantro. All right, you guys should see my stand for my phone. It's all flour, all flour. Okay, are you ready to end the live? Cover your cooked, I did. Oh, cover the cooked ones too? Okay, here we go. This is seriously, one more. So good. My rolling skills need help. Yes, thank you. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for joining me, making my first homemade tortillas with pulled chicken, with onions that I didn't know you could cut like that. Thank you very much, Nikki. And you guys helped me out a lot. Like, I really wouldn't have gotten this far if I hadn't had you guys on here. So thank you so much, guys, for helping me out. I will put the instructions in the description. And I will put even my instructions for what I did for, I don't even remember what I did for the chicken. I just started, but I'll put stuff in. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. And for those of you who are getting a snowstorm like me, stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe and like to Just the Bells 10. And it's the new year, so I'm going to say, I'll just do it. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Bye.